Do you also see Navia and Clorinde over there? They look like they might have run into some kind of...
This world is full.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
Navia, Clorinde, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Marechaussee what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on, a brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes.
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players, and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you, too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too! Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
I'm more of a casual member if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette Fremine and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clorinde?
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
Ah, right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kinda hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello. Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marechaussee Hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marechaussee Hunters. Is that a problem?
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marashose hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor. But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already!
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good! Hunter Squad, move out!
They really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
The Fatometer? What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need...
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice!
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all up.
I think you might be more...
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found...
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front. You can find an abbreviated version. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a...
Ooh, nice!
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need...
Swordsmanship? So there's a...
Why don't you share a character card, then? The Traveler will be the Marash...
Kinda like in real life.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my
Yep. It can be any name you like.
You can use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I...
Oh! So it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills.
I'll take... Persuasion and...
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering...
So should we also take those skills then?
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations we can't—
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not. Let me see. I'll take art and performance.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn? Ha! Gotta say, this suits you really well. Nothing boosts morale like good food. Ooh, so you want to help people. So what do you think? Are you sure you...
Let's see.
You've all picked.
Why do I get the feeling she's...
For example,
Oh, I saw.
The script's world-building rules, huh?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend.
All right, you've convinced Paimon.
Well, now that everyone's more or less... Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
What's...
Well, in role-playing games, for example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot... If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use... If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by...
Given...
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. Never knowing what you might have to overcome.
I'd rather...
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by...
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Are you sure?
No need to worry about the pesky fatometer. Pretty good choice if you just want to relax and play the game.
Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult.
No promises.
That wasn't...
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get...
Speaking of the story...
Well, that's because, a long time ago, back when human civilization was still in its infancy, soon a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as... Sometime later, as a member of the Marechaussee Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people...
You're all Marechaussee hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia. What say you to traveling together?
Okay, count me in. My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way.
Is this where you introduce your character to... My name is Farina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a...
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion to this Marechaussee hunter right here.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take care of the healing at the back.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marachose hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters."
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree. Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are...
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my...
You see a long string of
In that case... Oh, good idea.
You look up and see a tavern nearby.
Why don't we go check out that tavern?
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount...
Oh, come now, don't be sad.
Huh?
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine. Hey! Did she just... me?
Clorinde must have...
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler?
Are you sure? In that case, please refer to the fatometer. You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot. After some time, a rich aroma begins to fill the air.
Please have some food. Who knows? Maybe you'll...
Whoa, that's a...
Wait. So, as long as you pack...
Oh, thank you. You were right. This food really did make me feel better.
So, what had you so worried earlier? Could you tell us a bit more about it?
A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them
Do you know where?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes...
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find...
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. We don't always get to choose what happens to us.
I'll do my... You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city. As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing?
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy—
Surely an onion—
what do you know? War is nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
A performance? I've never played a role-playing game like this before, but even I can tell that alright. By the harbor's grace, a lone boat lies in rest. Let the moon give chase, for here begins our quest. In the dark of shadow, our heroes seek to find where blocked the road does stand. Such is our hunter's plight. Yet with sword and courage in hand, they march forth to...
I don't recall that, but if you meant what you sang, and you are indeed some kind of hunter, then by all— those monsters are camped outside the city, and we have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan—
We could all starve and those who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
That is concerning.
Yeah, alright, I think I've said more than enough. Be on your way now.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Don't mind him, Farina. He just doesn't have enough taste to appreciate your art.
No. I was just thinking about...
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach, still immersed—
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him. Hello, sir. Is there...
Wait, you're—
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
You recognize us?
Yes, yes!
What happened here?
Alas, we want— However, monsters have once again—
Are there...
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunt to be perfectly—
Well, you can rest easy.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes—
Still, if...
although—
I see.
All right, be careful. They're actively Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and—
Talk about being stuck between...
I feel bad for him.
Hey, not everything can be...
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
Well,
I really didn't expect...
Well, Clorinde said...
I wouldn't say...
Sure.
Paimon wants to know...
no.
Huh? So you...
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages. And others called it quits the...
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as... One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used...
Now, wait a second.
Well, I wasn't planning on going in...
Wait, but those...
From my master.
Huh. By master... Absolutely.
Let's not get responding to Ejiri yet.
I see.
Is that really a bad thing?
Depends on...
Speaking of investigation,
I vote monsters. That...
Well said, Miss Farine.
what about you, partner? What do you think? It's decided that...
All right.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there! Outsiders, halt!
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his... Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since...
I said talk.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? Using your knowledge of medicine,
I'm a doctor by trade.
the man appears somewhat disgruntled. He allows you to apply a poultice of specialized medicine to the wound. And it... Oh, right. Guess you lot might actually be real, Marasha.
Do you know where we can find the monsters? Or the other guards who are fighting them?
He informs you of the various locations. Some of our new recruits have never...
Oh, please, sir. Don't get too...
Hearing you say that, a glimmer of hope flat. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. I just hope all the guards will be able to...
Based on what the captain said, the monsters should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds. A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes,
A little help here! This thing—
your battle round begins.
Water jet!
Yoo-hoo! This one's got your name on it! And look! Go!
The next battle round begins now.
Here comes the finale. Now disappear.
Shower me with praise!
Go! This one's got your name on it!
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating.
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came.
I never knew the Fatometer even determined—
That's part of the fun.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
a suspicious lump.
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the even without opening it. You can
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there?
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt.
Wait, is that how it works?
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marashose hunters.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
Wow, where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story is particularly
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another.
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out.
Well, even if we end the game for the day,
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
that's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, and anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clorinde's master.
Well,
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's... My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual. If my first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from...
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. See? That's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me.
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but
Probably around, 3.
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways...
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring...
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet?
What she said was this. Make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
And how old were you when this happened?
5.
Well, did she win?
No, I lost.
So, you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Yes.
That really doesn't...
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely... Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate, even though the training she's...
I still remember the first...
I still...
After that, though, you start...
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but...
Protector of Justice. Oh, wait, you mean that...
Yep, that would be her.
20 years ago.
My...
Oh, there's no need to, although calling herself...
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to...
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd used by the time...
Well, she's certain...
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful.
But...
She suddenly disappeared the night...
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But Master never came to pick me up. When she still didn't appear after a few days...
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
Don't worry, I understand. Just like how, when a litter of kitten...
Were you upset, Clorinde?
I was at first, but not anymore.
Well, despite everything, you still managed...
I wonder... Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and...
Well, anyway...
I had a great time.
Anytime.
The script was good. Hey!
What does she mean, on to something? I guess I'll head back as well.
You're that excited?
I was talking...
Let's go meet up with the group!
looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes?
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Have you all...
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a...
So the set is going to...
Unfortunately, that is something...
Anyone think Clorinde's...
Well, whatever happened, if we're worried about arousing
Yeah, it might be...
Staring at me won't get you anywhere.
Why aren't you saying anything, Navia?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned.
Huh.
Well, I made sure to take... Anyway, wait. Well, it's only a...
Alright, Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to...
So, you've reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right, you collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot. The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, in places where sunlight struck. Thank you, kind soul. The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away.
She's probably...
Should we go find that man again at the square? He's...
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way. Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Surely you jest, my...
Do you think this...
Well, we have to investigate the court at...
I say we go for it.
That sounds...
After a quick discussion, gilded table,
Wow.
the elderly king, he wears above... A man dressed in... After a moment,
The king does not...
the king remains... Esteemed guests, I've heard tell, however, see...
Well, we've got nothing... The golem's blades were so... Well, there was enough details, right?
Your account does indeed match...
Well, we...
How did he know...
Then I must ask that you...
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved...
Only that which is free...
But that's completely
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't...
Maybe so, yet the fact remains... What, no answer?
Well...
Clad in his magnificent robe,
I would like to observe the number of...
the guards in the palace appear...
Well, there goes my plan to...
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill intention. Before I decide your...
Can't we try to slip away? Or...
But if we try to fight the guard...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who...
Thanks.
You allow yourself to be led away by... It's only when you begin to feel drops of what... Stay here! The guards lock the cell door.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall. But the only response you
No!
Carve out a new path of fate with our own...
You reach toward your waist.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of...
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh,
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
What? But that's a terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code.
I mean, maybe...
That it...
If only...
Oh, before I took a closer look.
Wait,
I doubt it. Master left many things. I gave you the sword back then,
Wait, when did...
after the duel.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at this... After the duel, though, there was a period of... We were both sad whenever I looked at this sword. Back then, it felt like I...
no one can change the past. The most...
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Think nothing.
Ah, looks like the next...
Perfect. From Clorinde's face.
Water continues. Eventually, suddenly...
Heads up, everyone.
Gather close, everyone.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity...
Huh?
Shh. I've already...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to...
Executed?
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. Infiltrating the capital was...
Have you seen our weapons anywhere?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. His faction is too powerful to defeat him. You must find us...
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract... As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll...
In that case,
Thank you for your concern. As for the location of the vault...
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick. You now have the chance to and be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard...
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
over here!
And voila!
Shower me with praise! Surprise!
This should be the place marked.
This bit of rock...
Well, I'd...
Wow.
Before you lies a serene
Well, guess...
What's the matter?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that...
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in. Huh. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time.
Huh.
A pattern on a stone.
Is something wrong?
After a long, difficult journey, your surroundings are...
We're doing this for the sake of the people.
Linny's right. We need the next part of this.
Yes. That... Something feels...
I found something!
Found something here, too.
Same here. It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves at the end of each...
With?
A key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Huh? This... It is said that 4 key... Huh? You hear a few strange noises.
Huh? What's going on? Did we...
For the sake of immersion, please...
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here. Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly,
There's a...
Wait,
you recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for him.
Oh, so this is just part of... Well, if we can't...
Judging by the way he's...
Retreat!
Your choice is noted.
You got it!
Well then. Into the shadows.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Well, did we get him?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the 4 of you successfully defeat that look in his eyes.
Huh? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be... Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us? Is this treasure real...
Aye, Flory.
So he's also using his real name.
Then I'm even more confused. If you
What do you know?
What's that supposed...
My skills were passed, and what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world, the Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this.
Is he talking about how no—
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself?
If you already knew where the
Because
Only a true Marashose, as someone who sought to hurt.
Okay, but
You're sure?
We've been talking about it for so long, of course.
And we've already defeated Florian, right?
What you're
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Before you, you hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
ugh, uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here?
A stone.
You
Maybe the troop ran.
they provided us.
Wait, I get it now.
Whoa, are you?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
You mean these?
Huh?
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again.
I deserve some answer. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth.
I don't... The feelings about my father and the other Marashose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I don't know when it's...
But if the treasure was all you...
I...
From your description, I suspect...
Devorator?
Oh, your mask...
No, I've heard of... Wait, it can't be...
The seal?
My family, my father instruct, but I neglect...
The Devorator would be a formidable advert if you lacked the power to completely...
I heard it has the power.
And yet...
One of them belong... I know just the only way I could think to...
I won't comment on...
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came...
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter.
I have done...
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one...
But I've already...
Wake up, Florian. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and... You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect... Do you still not understand?
You're right.
I wouldn't be so...
I know.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see the script.
Huh?
Never.
No, I mean...
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sword...
You mean the Devorator?
Is that really so hard?
You aren't afraid you're...
I know what my friends are capable...
Then... Are you...
Ah. Loaded.
they're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My...
Tone it down.
Sorry. After...
Oh.
I confess.
That little...
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the...
And how...
To be perfectly honest, the treasure was...
The names of all the Marechaussee hunters.
Wait, you already know...
Of course.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, she inherited...
So, she was just like you.
Oh,
Well, when you put it that way, I working as an executioner.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments.
Because... they chose to be. To hunt monsters at...
Then this stone...
That's right. Few Marechaussee... The only time they spoke...
so... This...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone, the tablet, their legacies shall...
Father, you once told... Thank you, my... I implore you, everyone.
Well,
Sounds good to me too.
I have no objections, but... Mr. Florian...
When he took over...
Huh?
what if... GM?
At first glance, these blades have
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to us.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool whip.
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find...
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. We must be extremely careful.
Then why don't we explore?
Oh, no. We have to...
I agree with Mr.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Yes, that's what's called... Yes, that's exactly right.
All right, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please, lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once. As you walk away, you feel the... Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura...
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems...
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. I don't think it's a good idea.
That's exactly why I have to go. Yes.
That's too risky. If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target. The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over. You're not like me, Miss Clorinde. Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the...
So lifelike!
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... the names. It's the Marechaussee Hunters' names.
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
We have come to answer your summons. And so, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marechaussee Hunters. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments. Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
It's a pretty solid story overall. I thought it was just that final battle especially. All the...
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the Oh, We should probably give these props back, right?
Did you have a good time?
Of course. Let me know if another script...
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. Once Mr. Florian is...
You're right. He's had a lot.
Well, see you all some...
Okay, so...
I think it should be fine, yeah.
What in the world?
That time in the cave when you told...
I was dying of curiosity
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the...
What are you all talking about?
Oh, wait. Don't...
bit...
You're saying everything that happened back...
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story.
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
No shaking, please! Oh my...
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot? It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got it with...
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight in the opposite...
Everything was under control.
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control.
Guess I'm just used to it.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at...
As for you, Florian...
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes.
I would say you've already...
What?
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning. You'll be far more used to the city above ground than...
But...
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well. As far as I'm concerned, though, you're showing in the duel...
Then I'll do exact... Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to until we...
Speaking of Marashose hunters, what should we do about the treasure?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the...
No. I am no exception. My identity as a Marashose hunter is not something I need people to remember.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your...
Wait! Paimon just remembered something. If there were no...
That's because the Marashose hunters of ages past would often...
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
Oh? How so?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era. The names you recited all belonged to the
So the names held the power...
Navia. Everything you said during your summon.
Huh? Oh!
I really appreciate it.
All right. Anyway, let's...
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to
Traveler. Should your name...
I suppose the significance would be that...
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me? The Marashose hunter says not. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An